call the meeting to order and roll call members. Number 2, approval of consent agenda.
Minutes are there, pretty short meeting last month. So moving on to general fund encumbrances. Kind of getting past all of our bigger expenses. We did have a bigger expense this year for Canocola. We did some additional security camera upgrades, and we're using our security funding for that purpose. So we updated some cameras over at the elementary and over, I believe, outside here, and we're going to put in a couple switches over at the ag farm, so there can be some cameras over there, and then updated the system around the sports complex too, concession stands and restrooms, field house, trying to get everything operating on the same system there. So I think we've just about got that whole, all of that done. I think we're pretty well covered all over now. So that's in good shape. That was a big expense that we had. Had a few expenses here and there for OETT grant purchases. Nothing crazy there, but so other than that, it's all pretty much routine. Lots of our teachers got their $250 class allowances turned in before fall break, which is what we asked them to do this year, is to get all those in. So each teacher, we've been giving them a $250 allocation for their classroom specifically. And so, but we did ask them to go ahead and get all those turned in before fall break this year, so that we could budget a little bit better, and in those classrooms can get those things in quicker and be able to use them in the classroom. Our building fund, we have been doing some fertilizing, a little bit of soil sampling over at the baseball field and softball field. We got some grub worms over there on the softball field, and so we need to give that some attention so that that problem doesn't get worse. And then we're going to do some testing of the soil out there on the baseball field, which that ground out there, it's red clay, and it's not the greatest soil, so I'm sure they're going to tell us we need a lot more nitrogen and things like that in it. But so Metcalf Lawn is landscaping has been helping us with that. So we did have some extra expenses there out of the building fund for that. But trying to keep up with all of those things and get some winter applications ready. Nothing in child nutrition other than just our normal monthly Keystone expenses there. Our activity fund report there on E. There are a couple of new accounts there. Student of the month. The Cherokee Education Foundation has made a nice donation and is going to sponsor the Student of the Month awards moving forward. We had a business that had done that previously, but they're no longer a business here. So the Education Foundation stepped up and gave us a nice $750 donation this year to pick that up. So we'll have Students of the Month sponsored by the Cherokee Education Foundation each month, but we need an activity account to go along and make purchases as we award those students each month for that. And the class of 2031, which is our sixth grade class, is starting to do concession stands and things like that, so they need a place for their money to go. Treasurer's report, I will throw in with that, everything count-wise is holding steady and looks okay there. I did just get word today from Treasurer's office that the Targa protest is being settled this week, and that would be for, I believe, 21, 22, and 23 years. Make sure I get this correct. Yes, 21, 22, and 23, so that money that was held in escrow there. We don't have exact numbers, but approximately for Cherokee, somewhere around 200,000 should be paid out in December. Now that's not just for general funds, that will be dispersed to building fund, general fund, and where that money needs to go. But that's a whole lot better than nothing. And so hopefully we'll get all that settled, and we'll get those payments, and we'll have that come in. So that was some good news today, that that's finally being resolved and coming in. And then we have a couple fundraiser requests, a movie night and Little Caesars Pizza sales for FCCLA, and then Stuco would like to do a bake sale during some of our other student events.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Parker?
Yes.
Goodwin?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson? Yes. Collins?
Yes.
Item 3, discussion and vote to approve the 2025 board meeting dates, January 6th, February 3rd, March 3rd, April 7th, May 5th, June 2nd, July 7th, August 4th, September 9th, Tuesday, October 7th was on Tuesday, November 3rd, December 1st of 2025.
I really just went through and tried to make all those meeting dates correspond with what we did this year. Those 2 Tuesdays in the fall, I tried to put those on Tuesdays because I know that games and things like that a lot of times can affect us in schedules. So that's what we've done the last couple of years. But most of those are going to be the very first Monday, unless it happened to be too early. But like December 1st, we went ahead and kept that because I know it's a short month with Christmas break and things like that. So, and I left the time at 6 o'clock if that works for everybody.
I make a motion to approve the board meeting dates for 2025. I'll second.
Parker?
Yes.
Goodwin?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Item 4, closed executive session to discuss the continued employment of the superintendent, including his contract, so that the board may return to open session to vote to employ, or find a reason not to employ said superintendent pursuant to 25.S.307P1.
Make a motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Parker?
Yes.
Goodwin?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Time?
6:10.
No, we're gonna.
C. Acknowledgement of the board's return to open session. We are in open session.
Motion to return.
Uh,
I will make a motion to return to open session.
Is
Second.
there a motion to return to open session? Second.
Second.
All in favor?
I'll second.
Parker?
Yes.
Goodwin?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Okay, now we're in open session.
In executive session, we discussed the continued employment of superintendent, including his contract, so that the board may return to open session and vote to employ or find reason to not employ said superintendent pursuant to 25 OS 307. The dates?
I'll make a motion to continue employment of the superintendent, Bryce Schombacher, for contract dates from January of 25 through June of 27.
I'll second. Was that you? That's right.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. That's good. Parker?
Yes.
Goodwin?
Yes.
Poe?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Let's see, there's no, principals report.
We had a really good turnout for parent-teacher conferences on the 16th and 17th, or 15th and 16th, so I just want to say thanks to all the parents who came to see their students' teachers. We've had a lot of fun at the elementary, dressing up for homecoming days and Red Ribbon Week the past 2 weeks. We also had our Title I Fall Festival last week, on Monday, I think it was the 28th, and our Cherokee Elementary PTO is up and going again, and they provided prizes for the cakewalk and also some additional games. The kids had a lot of fun. It was a fun night, and also Scotty's came so they could get a treat afterwards. Our elementary football season wrapped up with a really exciting game against O'Keene on the 22nd, and then basketball's already kicked off last week at the Kremlin Festival. We also had a really great spook parade on Halloween. Everyone's costumes looked great. This week, Miss Means has organized skating to be at the elementary, so kids are getting to skate during their PE times, 1st through 4th grade this week. And then tomorrow, elementary will be headed to the Burlington Basketball Festival. So, busy, lots of fun stuff going on.
I think what you meant is Hadley hit a buzzer beater three-pointer to win the game.
Yeah,
And
she
so-
did. That was also
Yeah,
exciting.
Forgot that detail.
It was exciting.
Same thing, parent-teacher conferences were great. We had a great turnout over here. And we had homecoming dress-up days. Homecoming, Laney Ginder was our queen, and Bert Alvarez was our king for homecoming, so that was a lot of fun. This last weekend, our one-act students went to Choctaw with Mr. Paris and are the state runner-up for this year in one-act. We have 3 all-state staters, Cash Cantelli, Gracia Jackson, and Hudson Wilson. So congratulations to all of them. Their community performances will be Saturday, November 16th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, November 17th at 2 p.m. So I haven't got to watch it yet, so I plan on coming. So if I'm right here, you better show up and watch because it was really, really good. I think the position draw probably was what cost them because they got to go early.
And Mr. Parrish wrote this play, so.
Yeah. So this is the second year in a row.
Yeah. So it's pretty neat.
16 seniors took a free ACT courtesy of the Oklahoma State Department. All the seniors attended a college fair on campus in Northwestern. I drove a bus over there that I got to go a few weeks ago. 8 seniors attended OSU for an up-close event in Stillwater. We had 11 juniors complete the PSAT test, which is a free optional test that we provide. 15 juniors took an optional ACT because we're a test site, so we can give those a couple times a year. We had 15 juniors that signed up for that. And all sophomores participated in the pre-ACT test courtesy of the Oklahoma Regents. LifeWise wrapped up social emotional learning lessons for our 6th through 9th graders, and 8th through 12th graders worked on ICAP activities. We also celebrated Red Ribbon Week, reminding everyone to stay drug-free and make healthy choices with a blend of daily celebrations and public service announcements. We did that last week. Next Monday, we will have a Veterans Day assembly at 9:30 in the morning in the auditorium. That will probably last an hour to an hour and a half, I would imagine. If Mr. Paris and Miss Jordan always get together and put on a great performance. We will have a brunch for our veterans afterwards in the factory room at the FCCLA. Junior high basketball tournament starts next week, so elementary basketball started, junior high jumps right in next week for our basketball tournament. This Thursday, I want to remind everybody, originally, the elementary games versus DCLA were scheduled at 4:30, I believe. However, when they redistrict football, our football game this Thursday is actually on Thursday.
Learned that again today.
So the elementary basketball games are at 12:30. So they will be here at 12:30. And then that way everybody can go to Wacomas Thursday night to watch football. Make sure you take the lawn chair, as Wacomas does not have any bleachers for the visitors. So lawn chairs for that. Just a reminder, we're going to try something new this year for all the basketball games. The east gym entrance is the only one that will be unlocked. So we have one gate to be where the west one last year we might have 10 people come in and I'll have somebody sitting there all night long. And so I think it's just more, it's easier to have one gate open and everybody use that gate. So it's going to be different this year than it has in the past, but I think we'll get it figured out good. And as we mentioned about the scheduling things, I want to thank everybody that stepped up last Friday and was able to help us get a football game played at noon in short notice when everybody was ready for a senior night on Thursday. We have documentation stuff. We can go back to where it was supposed to be on Thursday, and Coyle just didn't put it on Thursday. They put it on Friday, and so they weren't coming Thursday. And so thanks to everyone that helped us get senior night done Friday at noon, so senior noon, I guess, and get the gatekeepers back, and the concession was back up, and we had some people fill in on the clock and up in the press box and on the chain gang, so on a lot of short notice, so thanks to everybody that helped there.
I want to add one more thing. When he said Lifewise, is that what it's called? Lifewise? Yeah. Northwest Family Services is also going to the elementary this year for our 4th and 5th grade. So they're doing bi-weekly lessons on social and emotional things and kind of going with our student of the, or word of the month for our students. So that's kind of a cool thing to have them in our building regularly also at the elementary. So.
Sounds good. Number 7, superintendent's report.
Well, I don't have a lot to add to that. They pretty much covered everything that's going on in our activities. I do want to mention that we received a donation for $1,000 for the individual student needs account through the LaWilda Bishop Wrights Foundation. And so Ken Wrights has written a letter here just stating that they're happy to continue this giving for many decades to come, and they're excited to continue the COAT program and working with Mrs. Jordan and Ms. Sanborn on getting each student just the right fitting coat. They truly have a big heart in helping the students, and we enjoy working with them. And so they have been very big supporters and for many years, and Ken just reassurances there that they're going to continue to do that. So we appreciate them very much for that. I know that's been a big help for our students in the past, and it's going to continue. So appreciate that. We've had a few issues with our the sprinkler system, and so we've got to have a part come. They have to come out and repair that, which is going to take some work, shutting off the main line, and so hopefully maybe around Thanksgiving break we can get all that taken care of. But it was causing some false alarm issues with our fire alarm, but I think we've got it resolved. I won't say we have it fixed, but I think we have that issue resolved for now, and everything's working properly at this point, but it's taken some workarounds. So we've been on top of that and trying to get that taken care of, but other than that, we have Thanksgiving later this month, and we will again to make sure that Thanksgiving meal or dinner is the school takes care of that like we have in the past few years for all the students, and so we want to continue and do that again this year. So when we serve that Thanksgiving meal, which I believe is a Thursday before we get out, or Wednesday, I don't know what date it is, but we'll get out there. We just want to make sure everybody knows that, we appreciate our students, and that's one small thing that we can do. So we'll be doing that. And the semester is just about over, which is crazy because I feel like we just got started. So anyway, and thank the Lord for all the rain we